Bum 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 bum. Check, microphone check. Solomon, no? Solomon, Zizman. Hey ho. Соломоне. Я сьогодні мав без тебе стрімити. Прикинь. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Okay, so who is here? Last week I said that today we are gonna do дякую. I said that today we are gonna do some sort of critique session. I gave my email and I received 2 models, and please let me know, those 2 people who sent me models, if you are here. If not, then I'll start something new today. I don't know what it is gonna be. No idea, frankly. Max, you're here, and which model did you send me? This Cactus or Imp? Imp. Okay, so we can start from this Imp. Let me Imp from Doom, right? This Imp or this Imp? Which Imp? This one? This old or new? Sprite? This one. Okay. I like new one better. Frankly saying, the old one, I'm not a big fan of. I never played old Doom, never, ever. So, but let's switch to our ZBrush. So, first of all, my usual CPU is more important. Edward Gomez. Hey Lester. Edward, it's better to check on Pixologic site. There's like specification about what is better to for ZBrush in terms of hardware. Okay, Max, so it's hard for me to tell. Edward, I don't remember seriously, because I'm not looking at hardware in general. So technical questions is better to ask directly to ZBrush, not to me, because doesn't matter what hardware I'm using. Okay, Max, let's get back to your model. So I see that you used like generic human anatomy, but the thing is that first, before going into like into this detailing with muscles group, etc., you thank you, Eduardo. I doesn't still happy with the game design. So first, before you starting to play with details, you need to find a good silhouette. So let's I will just cut some parts and we will try to make some sort of default pose. And we will take a look at overall silhouette. Because first of all, you need to think about this kind of stuff at the beginning, because it's more important than all your detail that you're putting into your model. So pretty italic. So details are not that important. So let's say let me just import your imp one more time. So we are sure that we have the right reference to your model. So when you're trying to do dynamic pose, you need to think about the flow of the body. So currently I don't know what exactly this guy is going to do. So here on the lower part, he's just like walking. At this upper part, I'm not sure. He's going to punch you with his claw, or he's gonna throw something. So this like this pose confused me a little bit in terms of action. Next thing is proportions. I understand that. Are you here, Max? I just want to check if you are here still. Max? Max? Okay, cool. So so the thing is that if you want to make a dynamic pose, you need to have some tension on some parts, and he's throwing a fireball. Okay, got it. But I mean, if in terms of like design, overall design, you need to make sure you have like even if you're making like something from a reference, this in your case you did it based on this sprite guy. So I see that he have all these muscles, but the silhouette of original guy, he more bulkier, and your guy is pretty skinny. I mean, even this part of this arm here on the reference, you can see that he is like this part is bulkier than yours. Hello from Ukraine. Yeah, so I think it would be good to add something more consistent in terms of silhouette. Then can you tell me how did you make a pose? Well, you cannot cover wrong anatomy with fur, because it's not really something helpful. You can't, because even with the fur you need to have something under that fur, and that something should have like a strong shape, which, hello, I'm fine, which is not here. And also the head, in general has no shape. I mean, it's just a square, not a square, it's just a sphere, and all of this stuff, it doesn't have like structure underneath the skin. So this head, it looks like it doesn't have any skull, any bones under the skin, under muscles. If this is supposed to be if this is supposed to be your cheekbone, this one, then your chin, not a chin, but jaw should be more like this. So always when you're working, yes, I see that this is a cheekbone, but you know where is our cheekbone? Our cheekbone, if this is eye sockets and this is a skull, then here is our cheekbone is going there, and lower jaw is there. So here, let me quickly add the skull here. Yeah. Here, you see, this is your cheekbone, and your lower jaw is moving here, at this point. So if your guy have this cheekbone is here, I think You see that there is no like no internal logic in making this like as a cheekbone here, because from this side, from internal part of cheek, it going straight to your teeth, you know, and the eye socket is somewhere, just somewhere. Also, I don't understand how this cheekbone is connecting to his skull, as well as the shape of lower jaw. This is also like just some abstract shape, and even if you're making like not really existing thing, it still should have something, some sort of internal logic in it, because without that you cannot actually make him look pleasing and make him look dynamic and add him some interesting pose, because he doesn't move like something real, and he should move like that, because this is a humanoid and it has like human anatomy, and human anatomy, you need to follow that anatomy guides from a human body. As well as not just the muscles, but underneath muscles you have skeleton, and basically your proportion depends on your skeleton as well as your muscles, because muscles are connecting to your skeleton. So, and you can see, you can touch some parts of your bones on your body, your like these parts on your back, so you can understand where your actual skeleton is. And here with this guy, I'm not really sure what's going on. Because even this part you cannot really see where is his rib cage. You see, you don't have any points to show that this guy have some rib cage. You have like the muscles here and there and here and there, but where they are connecting, where is the skeleton? I mean, with these proportions, I guess it should be there. And then you're building muscles on the top of that rib cage. I do it from time to time. I'm just I'm taking just straight this skeleton model, then I deform it and I'm building muscles on the top of that deformed skeleton, but so still it has some internals there, which you don't have here. You don't have like a point of connection here and there. So currently this is just some really generic schematic anatomy of this guy. You see here you have some deformation, some stretching, but why is it stretching like that? There's some specific point where muscles connecting to the bones. And when you're moving, every time you're moving, if you each muscles are basically have two functions. He is moving, he is stretching or going. I forget this English word. Okay, so the opposite to stretching. I hope you understand what I mean. So basically this is just two functions that every muscle is doing. So if you have, like, for example, this sphere, and let's imagine that this is a muscle. So every time when it's stretching, it's gonna do like that, and he's going to lose a bit of volume. Yeah, contracting. He's gonna lose a bit of volume while stretching. And the same when he is contracting, he's gonna have a bit of volume. And when you're making this like dynamic pose, you have like some muscles that are stretching like this, and like this chest muscles, and they are gonna lose some shape, some volume, because they are stretching from this to this, and you'll have almost like a straight line because of this movement. The same here. Because usually when muscles are stretching, they are losing this bubbleness, you know. So if you imagine that the muscle is a bubble, then it's gonna lose his bubbleness when he's stretching. So when you're making, if you did this in default pose, if this guy was in a default pose here, okay, I lost my connection on OBS, but I'm here again. Only basic shape was in default pose. Yeah, sorry. Also, I'm not really sure how he is moving, because you have like two legs that are moving forward, but you have like your yeah, let me show. You have this bone, rotated, which is not really possible in terms of anatomy. So I mean, if he's gonna walk straight. You will not change his this thing. Instead, you will move. Instead, you move these things, your legs. Well, how does it go? Helium, yeah. So it's gonna be like that. So because just imagine that you're trying to move forward. You're gonna rotate only your legs, because you see again on the skeleton, you see that here's the rotation point. So you need you don't need actually to move this part that much, you know. Because what's helping you to move is your legs, you know, and you're moving your legs while you're walking. I understand that you probably wanted to make some dynamic with this, but it's not really correct in terms of move. You see, does it make sense? And then this guy, to throw a snowball, he will rotate, basically he will rotate his spine, his rib cage, his arm, but not really this ilium. Not really this part. I would add, you know, like here, since he is moving like straight. I hope he's moving straight. To add some maybe dynamics, so to not have these legs so straight, you can make like this. And I would make maybe even just make your mask sharpen. Sharp your mask and that's it. You can find this in your masking masking menu. Here is sharpen mask, or blur mask. Who is it? This is okay, here's again. Now I'm writing down all mistakes. Odell, no, it's not a focal shift. It's just some part with some stuff with for your masking. And also it's good to have your snowball in his hand, so it makes problem 4. This is not me, this is not my model. I'm just giving feedback about this model. This is not my model. This is not my workflow. Okay, anyway. Ні. UA. Хіба не видно? У назві стріму ж написано UA and не рус. Yeah, so it's gonna work more like that. Also, you need to remember where is, as I said, you need to remember where is the bones and rotation points. Yeah. Привіт. same with this. And one more time about the muscles. If you're making them really visible, make sure you know where they start and where they end, because you need to keep these things in mind while you're working, you know, because this is not just some random bubble on the plane, you know. This is not just a random bubble, this is not just a random bubble. This and this and this, they are all muscles. They are start somewhere and they are end somewhere. Some muscle laying underneath other muscles and all that stuff. So especially if you're working with humanoid creatures, you need to spend some time to improve your anatomy skills, you know. It's gonna help you a lot. Trust me. Scapula. So yeah, here I'm not really sure where is this scapula on this guy's spine. Here, probably. I think so, but I'm not sure. You know? This part as well, if you have some muscles, they need to do something while you're moving, you know. So they are there for some so this is scapula. Well, I can definitely tell you that it's not really good place for scapula there, you know. This is scapula, so just like super small scapula. This, it's supposed to be something like that. So like that, I think, just in my opinion, you know, this muscle here. Where is the clavicle, you know? Because is this your point of movement of your head? Where's the let's go like that. Where's the this rotation point for your arm should be here, you know, because in our skeleton this is rotation point, And usually you can touch this, and this on your shoulder. You can touch this scapula bone. You can touch clavicle as well. Basically you can touch all your clavicle from start to end, because it's not really covered with muscles. And here in your model, I'm not really sure where is this rotation point. So looking from this angle, probably it's somewhere here. I mean, like here. Here, like that. Edward, you can check. ZBrush Central and grow out from it, from the point of movement. So from here, right? Well, I'm not really sure that he's gonna move like that. Because again, you need to have more muscles there. This will connect here, you know. So you need to refine a lot of stuff in this model, and you need to find a lot of points of your skeleton. I mean, not your, but points of skeleton on your imp model, and build muscles around that. I hope it makes sense. Let's come back to his head a bit. Yes, this was his head. Again, you need to remember about what's underneath his skin. You will have probably, because again, even if we're talking about the emotion, you need to add some specific expression to this, not for this guy, but to any of your characters. If you want to give him some sort of emotions, strong emotion, then you need to keep in mind what exact emotion do you want to give him, because like at this moment I'm not really sure about his emotion. He's sad or he's angry or what, I don't know. Let's make him angry. Let's add some shape to his head, because again there is a skull underneath the skin. If this is your cheekbone, that this is supposed to be there, and you have this like chewing muscle, big muscles, big muscle here, you know. Maybe not that. I would make it even like more like this. Probably. So his lower jaw a bit bigger. Okay, I think all of this stuff is enough, but again, refine. You need to refine a lot of this anatomy stuff, so you have not just some bulgings on some random silhouette, but some internal structure and logic. And keep in mind that not every muscles will be like truly visible and pronounced when you're moving. You know, because even if you take a look on yourself and you just move your arms, your legs a bit, you'll see that some muscles are pronounced really well on you, and some of them are not. So and while you're moving, not every muscles on your body is напруженный, is have a tension. You know, some of them are making some jobs, some of them are not, some of them pronounced and some of them are not. So you need to take a look on a lot of different references how a human body behave when you're making some different movements. Yep. So like that. And again, make sure you remember about the check. Max, are you here? Or anyone else? Knock. Anyone here? I lost connection. On OBS again, but I'm online already. So who is here? Max, are you here or no? Let me know, because I think for the beginning this is more than enough for your for feedback, folks. Check. Microphone check. Anyone? Притула, ти мене дивишся? Можеш написати щось в чатик? Yes, okay. Twitch is here, YouTube is here. Yes, this was feedback for Doom, old Doom model. YouTube is here or no? Facebook is here or no? Come on, anyone. Anyway, guy, I hope you'll come back here. But for now, I need to make a break for a few minutes. So stay tuned. Okay, I'm here again, but I don't see. Guys, let me restart stream because looks like, or not even a stream, but actually let's restart only stream chat and we'll see if it connects. Please type something, please. Facebook, YouTube, anyone. Type something. Max, let me know if my feedback was useful for you. Or you can work on this guy more if you want, and then you can send me your. For a while, thank you for this. Yeah, if you're going to work on this guy more, then you can send me some updates later when you have it, and we will talk on that updates. So anyway, I see that only people from Twitch can I see comments only from Twitch. Let me turn on this and then cut something. Odell, I'm here. Odell, Cactus one. Okay. Yes, I see. Guys, so Odell, I see you, but can you type something on YouTube so I know that you're still here? Okay, I see you. Okay, good. No problem. I just turned on stream on my phone on YouTube. So your Cactus. Frankly, I don't have much to say about it because since this is like truly John, I don't know. It's different platforms. Yes, I see Odell on YouTube because I don't know, probably because of OBS it lost some connection, but I see comments on YouTube already, so all is fine. But I don't see comments from Facebook. So if anyone watching me on Facebook, please go to YouTube or Twitch and we will continue. So Adele, about your Cactus. So basically this is a cactus, the real one, and this is your cactus, and I don't know, you need to just Odell, I see your comments, don't worry, no need to scream. I see you. So not much to say about your cactus, frankly, because this is just a bunch of pretty simple shapes, and basically you need to just follow the reference. In general, that's all that I can say about your models. Not really much. Just one thing I guess, looking at the real vegetable, real cactus, I can tell that it's not necessary to merge these bigger parts, so you can keep all of that stuff separated like this, like these parts, and even in one subtool, but just keep them separate, so it is more it is easier to work. Also, you can you know, you can just move stuff around, and you can work a lot on one part, like this, for example, like this part. Then you can just copy it, change some proportion a bit, and you will have the same, like the same good looking part, instead of working on each separately. Then you can just tweak. This is okay. No need to worry, I saw your comments on YouTube, so all is fine. You know, so because of that, it is easier to more how to do it. If it was taking many other, more simply. Yes, basically, you know, because this is Edward, please send me to my you can upload somewhere like Google Drive or WeTransfer, something like that, and and here's my email. Just send me a link to your model on my email, and I will download it and we can talk about it. So again, Adele, going back to your model, you see there is like a lot of same parts that repeating, these red parts and these smaller green parts, they are practically identical, so you don't need to work. I see that you did some copies here, but basically you just need to work you just need to make this one part good, like pretty detailed. I'm sorry, this model was sent to me for some review, for some feedback. I will start a new monster in a minute, don't worry. Yeah, so Odell, so like that, just make one part, multiply it in some composition, and then just tweak each of that multiplied part, you know, tweak some things here and there, so it looks more like more unique and not like repeating over and over the same. I hope it makes sense. Now let me know if you have any. Alright, cool. So we have not much time left. We have only like 40 minutes. So let's try to make something super duper super quick monster guy in 40 minutes. Yeah? Are you with me? Okay, cool. So, monster in half an hour. Challenge accepted. Accepted. Today is not my day. No. Something really strange with connection today, you know? Because it's the third time OBS has lost connection and I hate it. No, finally, I see it. John, Owen, you said me you don't want. Yes, basically in general it works like that. So. It would be good if it's related to like my usual work. So I mean, usually I'm working on some I don't know, creatures, monsters, some weird animals, stuff like that. So it would be good if you send me stuff related to like my general topic. But as you may have seen today, I can give feedback even on Cactus, so not a big deal. Yeah, sure. I've sent. I mean, I wrote my. I wrote my email. Just not a long ago. So. Man, I don't know what it reminds to you, but you may have seen that I didn't use anything like just a balloon, just a bubble for this guy, so I'm not sure if I know about it. But it's good that it remind you something after like 10 minutes of me scouting, you know. How much time do we have? Ooh, we have almost half an hour. Yep, Said. Sometimes it's difficult for me. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's really difficult. I need to practice more, you know. John, I will recommend you to use like both. I mean, Marvelous Designer is good for making like, let's say, good looking but general clothing, but to give it a bit of, I don't know, unique look to your fabric, you need to sculpt on top of that as well. So after you finish your work in Marvelous, just spend some time to add something interesting to your jacket, for example, as well. So it's like, I think it's a good workflow. increase in resolution. But it's not necessary, so it depends. Like, as many people said before, there's no like proper workflow when you're using ZBrush. So you can sculpt using subdivisions. You can sculpt using Sculpt Pro. You can sculpt using Dynamesh, live boolean, even live boolean. It's like what works best for you, use that. What is PTHERS, John? Well, let me show you. Here is just normal. Here is just normal like polygonal model. You can divide it and sculpt on it basically, and you have your subdivision. You work with subdivision. You can switch between lower and higher subdivision and sculpt like that. This is one way. Now the second way, you can turn on your Dynamesh mode, and you have this like constantly changing your shape, constantly changing your topology and stuff like that. And this is like your second way. And finally, you can turn off Dynamesh and you can work with your Sculpt Pro, which is good, which is basically works like this. So smaller brush give you more, so it changing your topology like in real time, depending on the size and the settings of your brush. So you can have like super tiny, like super tiny details, you see, and you will have like super high resolution there. So you can go even smaller, you see, and you can work with bigger size, and there will. So this is good for concepting, I think, because you can like pretty quickly make like big shapes, and then you can also go with the small details, and you don't need to worry about your topology. So it's pretty close to Dynamesh, but a bit different, because just different type of sculpting, you know. And basically each of these methods has this like pros and cons, because for example with this one, if you go under I think million polygons, it's gonna slow you down. With Dynamesh as well. By the way, you can also work in Dynamesh mode and Sculptress mode at the same time, but when you do like this, you will still have the Dynamesh resolution on the mesh after adding. So this is like basically three methods of sculpting in ZBrush. Okay, let's switch to our super big boy. What am I doing? You see that currently I'm working well, I hope I showed it pretty in a pretty obvious way, so that there's it's not that hard to understand the main differences. How much time do we have? 15 more minutes. Not really much. Anyway. Live boolean, it's better to use with the hard surface stuff, you know. Because okay, let me. I cannot make a cool. Let's add some things, some stuff. like this. Let's make a folder with this. Let's make a folder and make sure that we don't have this. And for example, I will not make anything like specific, just a random stuff to show you. It's basically adding, subtracting one shape from another, you know. So let's say like this. Now we turn on live boolean, no, this, and we will switch. No. No, like this. You see, things like that. And after you basically you can change this. You can move things around, and this will in a real time show you what you're gonna have in the end. And after you making this, you see, you can you can easily click this button like boolean folder, and boom, you have this one, and this is just one unique subtool, basically one shape. So it's another way. Okay, I will not finish this guy in 10 minutes. Said, what do you mean? If I'm using a custom UI, yes, you can see it from my, like, from the screen that I have, like, not default but custom UI. And the reason I'm using this is because I'm not a big fan of hotkeys, so I need to have everything around my working area, so I can easily switch from, like, between different functions, different brushes, that kind of stuff. much time do we have? Oh, we still have some time. So I think it's gonna be a butterfly. Definitely. This music is a San Amisa. It's some sort of like drone ambient post-rock. Oops. Yeah. Mhm. Yes, I'm using Dynamesh. My only recommendation always is to practice and to learn. There is to just learn basics. If you don't know anything about basics, then you need to learn basics about the anatomy, composition, shape language, all that kind of stuff. Train your eyes. Ah, no, no. Okay, so I think our half an hour butterfly is ready. Okay, so thank you guys for watching my stream. We will meet again in 1 week. And one more time, if you would like to have to receive some feedback from me, then send me your models and we will talk about it. And yeah, sorry for this weird half an hour butterfly, fatty butterfly. I don't know, maybe I will continue with this guy next week, we'll see. Maybe I will start something completely new. So anyway, thank you for being with me. Stay safe, keep calm, and take care, and have a nice day, have a nice evening or morning. Bye bye and see you next time.